Slight audio problem there. We should be good now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the NECC Valorant Week 8. It's an exciting time to have you as we're jumping into playoffs. Playoffs start Thursday of this week. But what's going on? What's going on? Voltage, you're here today. How are you doing?
I am doing very well. I'm very excited to see these two teams go head to head. Today we have CSUDH team number 2. Team number 2 going up against University of Montana. We did see University of Montana last week, correct?
Yeah, we actually did see University of Montana last week, and they had a pretty good game with some very, very, very strong play coming out of Scooby Dooby and some other players on their team. But we noticed a bunch of things that they should upgrade and they should do better for coming into this week.
Yeah, so we'll see if they made any changes at all. Also, the game against Sacramento State in CSUDH2 was the first game 3, and it was close down to the wire. So that's a solid squad that we're going to be watching here today. Very excited to get into it. Overall, we saw Montana last week. We've seen CSUDH number 2 a few weeks ago. So we're getting down to where I'm getting used to the players, you're getting used to the players, and this is where everything gets very exciting.
No, as we get into playoffs here, there's going to be a lot of different things that jump in and show themselves to what these players can possibly do. But before that, we're going to have to say a few words from sponsors, basically the people that run this show. First off, just want to thank off HyperX. HyperX has been a massive integral part and will be a definite part of our playoffs, as they're sponsoring all of our titles. Tune for that. We are also sponsored by the ESTV, basically a linear TV platform found on Samsung TV Plus, Roku, and many more channels. So check them out where they can be found. We're also sponsored by MetaPro Gaming. They're running our development for the website, stuff behind the scenes. So if you want to check them out, check out metaprogaming.com. Add on a little bit more information just to make it just a little bit more complicated. The NECC is proud to be represented by the NFL Alumni Association, allowing professional athletes to get into sports, and they'll be running our Madden. Keep tuned for that. But as we get into this first game here, what do you expect to see from everybody?
On that side of things, I remember exactly like last week we had Grant Ford Lee in the second game being subbed in. He was playing Jet. That second man went from Jet first game to Breach second game. Jay was playing on Sova a lot. Scooby Dooby was playing Reyna a lot, and Beefy. I forget what Beefy was playing, but I remember him putting up big numbers.
Yeah, of course. And we're about to get into Haven. Is there anything that you want to know about Haven? Is there anything that we should do and talk about quickly before we get into Haven?
I mean, keys of success. You go ahead and tell me keys of success when you're going into a ranked match. This is new.
This is new. The overlay is new. This was added today.
Very new.
Wow. I was in a custom match last night. This is so cool. Look at this new overlay that we've got.
Oh, that's right. Beefy was Omen. So on the side of Montana, we're going to have Beefy Boy playing Omen. Scooby Dooby going back to Reyna. Grant going back to Jet. That second man going to Phoenix. The other side, we're getting picks like, Killjoy from Chris FTW, which is a great pick, especially when you're starting defenders, because generally you're going to play more rounds with the starting side, regardless of who's winning. It's generally not going to a 12-12 overtime. So you want to pick more defensive players when you start on the defensive side.
Yeah, and as we see Killjoy's new updates with how her turret plays, basically on the attacking side, we're going to see a lot less viability from Killjoy, and she's going to have to be a lot smarter about where she plays her turret and her bot, because outside of 40 meters, it's useless for her to do. But as we're seeing some lock-ins, now we're seeing a lock-in from Jet and Breach on the side of CSUDH.
Select your agent.
Yeah, and on the other side, I did see Jay go to Breach and Scooby Dooby go to Sova. I'm liking this.
This is going to be a very fast comp from both teams, as they're both adding some very, very quick players, as well as some very good information. Sova on both teams, Jet on both teams, Omen on both teams, as well as a Breach on both teams. The only real change is Phoenix and Killjoy.
Yeah, so back to keys of success. What are you looking for your team to do consistently? Let's start with defensive side.
For the defense, it's got to be making sure you're not over-rotating. At the start, we saw this last week. There was a bunch of over-rotates. From the side of CSUDH on attack, you're going to be trying to attack and make sure that that's happening. And we're seeing that currently on the right side of your screen, you're going to see University of Montana, and on the left side of your screen, you're going to see CSUDH. So making sure that we've got everything sorted here. There's going to be a lot of different play, but on the defense, it's definitely going to be over-rotates.
Okay, so at least in the low-level Bronze 1 where I'm stationed, the default layout is going to be one person sitting on A, 1B, or sorry, 2A, 1B, 1 Garage, 1C, and that kind of just like lines and spreads everybody out. But they're playing it a little bit different. Chris moving up to see anything on A long, which he's not going to see, as CSUDH is going to try to be taking C through long and garage.
Yeah, as we get in here, we've already seen a pick come through from Jet on the Sova, as we're seeing Montana actually collectively just sitting in the back here, waiting and getting ready, making sure that everything's not happening.
Spike planted.
Controlling the site, and everything's going to go back. CSUDH push back in from the defensive side.
Yeah, so they're sitting in garage
and
defender spawn, and they make a solid execution to retake the site. And a good smoke there from Kuma. They know he's defending back here. They cleared all of sight, and there was just no chance for him.
Nice clean round. The players coming out from garage, getting 2 quick picks, and then CT grabbing another one back there, and forcing that guy long to not do anything. He's not able to push 4 guys. So as he pushes through Jet Smoke, he's pushing into 4 guys, and as he does get 1 player, it's a very clean pistol round coming from the defense side.
Right, and with the pushing through a smoke, the reason why a smoke is so dangerous is you don't get to clear corners as you move up, you know. And so that's, you move through the smoke and all of those corners are exposed to you. So great smoke there from, who was that? Excuse me, Kuma.
Yeah, Kuma is very, very, very strong in that Jet, making sure that everyone is safe while still getting the frags that he needs to get.
As we see Montana, excuse me, I'm going to mess that up for 3 more rounds and it's going to be done. Montana looking to make a garage, maybe a B play. Feg putting down that Sandman and Garage. Kuma picking up a kill of his own, and it's going to be a 3v5 situation here for Montana. Make that a 2v5, as they're still on pistols versus SMGs, and he's going to be trying to find kills. It's going to be Grant making almost a third, and it's going to be a 1v1. Make that a 1v1. Omen versus Omen, DCMH going up against Beefy the boy. He hears the bomb going, or the spike being planted, peeks around the corner and just catches that angle. If Beefy was backed up anymore, he would have been hidden and had more of a chance.
Not much you can do there, as you didn't know DCMH was coming from behind. He even never showed himself, and as Beefy was already in garage with 1 HP after two, or wow, these names are amazing. Kuma left him 1 HP. So Dyslexia is not helping it. Jet left Omen 1 HP, so all DCMH had to do was basically walk around and tap, and he knew that as soon as bomb was going down, that he could wide peek. He was able to wide peek.
Yeah, it was a fantastic play because he knew the spike was being planted. Beefy was trying to get a plant down, so he had the ability to play around that bomb there and get a round win, even if he doesn't get a kill. As they are moving on to the A site, Montana has backed up here. They are playing it safe, waiting for the spike to be planted. Waiting for utility to be wasted.
Spike planted.
They are just taking their time. The timer starts again as the spike goes down here. And it's going to be a 5-on-5 post-spike plant. Oh, Grant picking up 2.
One player remaining. Here. Scooby picks up the final kill. Montana taking the 4th round, making it tied. Sorry, excuse me, the 3rd round, making it 2-1.
Lots of good plays going out from there. Obviously, now they're testing out each site on the attacking side here, making sure that they know what's going on. As they found in Killjoy's site, it was pretty easy to take on one player. So we're going to see a little bit stronger as you see Omen still in A link there. He's not going to be as far into B as he was last round. Actually, I guess he's going back into the site again.
Yeah, so it is looking like this is going to be CSUGH's default, at least for this map.
As we see there, Jet showed presence in A main, and Omen immediately rotated, not making the same mistake twice in a row.
There's going to be a good rotate and a good feel of what's going on here as he's backing up again. DCMH, a wonderful player, standout player from when we casted their game against Sacramento State. Scooby's moving over to C while the rest of the team is staying over on B, and both Jets pop their ults, it sounded like.
Going up.
Shots being fired, courtyard garage area, as Grant is moving into the B site here. I can't get on with him fast enough. He's staying in Cubby, deciding to go back out.
Going out.
Just trying to get some movement on the defensive side, see if he can make any holes and punish any mistakes that they make. No mistakes to be found yet, as
30
Grant
seconds
and
left.
The rest of Montana are moving on to the C site. Grant throws a smoke and he gets tagged through it, but not able to follow up with it. Trying to find that kill. In front of him.
Last player remaining.
Down. And we're down to a 1v2 with 12 seconds left. Sorry, Caleb. Go
10
ahead.
seconds left.
Killjoy last alive here, walking in the garage.
Spike
No
planted.
one really knows where she is, but you see Breach just hiding.
One player remaining.
Right there, backside. Breach refrags. Good little trade right there, as Breach wasn't able to be seen. Omen just needed to be a little bit further in backside, so he wasn't able to be seen from the garage. Basically, Killjoy had a free lineup on that Omen, but he didn't quite see Breach, so that Breach refrag was amazing. Good play by Breach there.
Yeah, that was definitely a good play to step back out at the right time. Lower players might want to stay hidden and like see if they can wait, but at that time, you know where they're looking, and they're being cautious of where the next player is, and going on the attack is a great idea sometimes. And it's looking like a C play here early on. As Montana is lining up for this C take. There's 4 of the 5 players there. A missed smoke, but a good stun from Breach. Grant is the only one on site. The rest of the team gets stunned and behind a smoke. So he's trying to get some damage here, keep everybody back as the rest of Montana is on site. He picks up a good kill there.
Spike planted.
Something that we glossed over is Sova got a pick and spawn. Basically, as Sova gets one on Jay. Sova on the defending team used his ult and got one right off the get-go.
Player remaining.
5 start.
Yeah, that ult from Killjoy was fantastic. And then the nade to follow. I was on right there with Grant as he was the first one on. I stayed on with him. He was in the corner where he wasn't going to get frozen, detained. That's the word I was looking for. But then the nade comes in and he has to move. And then 2 free kills for DCMH.
The names are only going to get harder as we get throughout the semester. We'll just stick with Omen for the going forward, because as we've seen from the defending Omen so far, he's been really strong in making sure that he can get those frags that other people are missing. And he's been continually making sure that he's just finishing up and cleaning up kills that have been around the map. And he's been actually moving around a fair bit, as you see him now on C site, where he's normally been on P site.
Yeah, we see Montana with a half buy, not even a half buy, an eco round. So pistols, shotguns, and 1 SMG. I believe that's the Stinger. So it's going to be a tough fought battle here, and I think that they're just going to be looking to take over any economy that CSUDH is going to be working with. Ultimate coming out from Jay, which is interesting. Normally you wouldn't see that on an eco or a save buy. He was not afraid to use it as 3 players go down.
As we see a 1v4 left. 0v4 left. What do you think that you saw that just was really quick there that happened that shouldn't have probably happened? And you did say it. Breach ulted on a save round. Now, yes, he can use that, but he has to be able to hit people, and he has to be able to make sure that he follows up on those kills. And the only person he hit was the Omen in Heaven. And therefore, he wasn't able to follow up on that kill, and his ultimate was rendered basically null. So that Breach effectively wasted his ultimate in order to get on site and didn't actually really clear too much information for them.
Revealing area.
Yeah, not a whole lot of information, and nobody was stunned. Nobody was, he pushed behind it, which was good, but he didn't have the information that people were on site, and he was able to back up that ultimate. But at the same time, they're looking to try B, maybe even C, as they're hanging out in the courtyard, looking towards garage, looking towards B a little bit.
Shock down.
Push coming in from garage here as we have Breach behind the boxes. There's actually 2 people playing garage, but Sova backs up, and this is too late. He's gonna peek out and get one, he's gonna get the other, he gets both! He gets Phoenix as well. Breach controls garage with an eye line on bomb. And Omen and their
player
remaining in the mid. Kuma gets Breach, and DCMH cleaning up one on the other side. As we have here just a 1v4 VP. We've seen him in this position before, but again, he gets tanked down to 1 HP, and he's just gonna try and save him.
Yeah, Beefy is in a tight spot. He is waiting for anybody to make a mistake and push, and he might be able to capitalize on that, but this
30
is
seconds
definitely
left.
A round going to Montana. That's going to be the 5th round already after this one.
It's normal we're seeing Beefy as the last person alive here, which is actually rare to see an Omen as the last alive being a secondary fragger or an entry fragger in some cases. But as we see here, we're getting a push
10 seconds left.
from our defending team here of CDSUDH. And it looks like they're going to probably clean up his kill right after right before the time finishes. Now, key note there, they should have waited just 2.5 more seconds, because that would have also removed all the money that BP would have gained from the round. So as he dies before the time ends, he gains $3,400 before the next round. But if he dies just 2 seconds later, just 2 seconds later, he would have only had $1,600, unlike the 3,400, which would have not only put him out of this round for a bye, but also next round he would have been on a weird bye as well.
Which is interesting. I feel like I was just talking about a weird buy coming out from Montana a round or two ago, and once again, a very awkward buy. I mean, some people, even Scooby Dooby with a Bulldog and full armor going down to 1,300 for next round, but that Sangin Man with half armor and a ghost has 3,000 going into the next round. So it's a very awkward buy here, as DP is going to be watching any push from behind over on the A site, and he is going to meet the Killjoy. Chris FTW will be walking around the corner. He does have the advantage in weaponry. Oh, Beefy turns around to support his team just a second too late, and Chris is there. He has the knife out, not able to do anything. As we see a push onto C. We've got 2 players in garage on the defender side, one onto site, but Chris and DCMH
Placing swamp
are
grenade.
able to clean up some
Swamp
kills,
grenade
and it's going to be a 2v3 situation, all up to that Sangin Man
Placing
and
alarm bot.
JX15.
Found them.
Jay all the way in spawn, as the Sangin Man is backing up, trying to find him.
We're seeing here come out a rotate going to A, and what's actually really crazy is Killjoy doesn't have her
30
utility
seconds
down there.
left.
She's not close enough for a utility to matter anyway. So this is going to be a pretty good site for them to go down as Killjoy starts to rotate in now, and her turret
she
comes
is gonna
back
be close.
online. The timing of
turret
that was
down.
amazing. Killjoy's
also-
back in A-Link right now.
That tells them that she is somewhere.
She's somewhere nearby, 100%.
10
Now,
seconds
Phoenix and
left.
Breach are playing very, very passively because they know that Killjoy is close
Spike
enough
planted.
to be doing damage.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
DCMH with the clean 2 kills coming out of sight and being able to defuse bomb as well. But that Killjoy, a little bit of luck, but a lot of skill comes in, making sure that she knows that she's on the one site that's undefended when both players are back in spawn.
yeah, it would be time to rotate, especially if they don't know where they're going, you know, the other team is going. So let's go get that utility useful just in case they come here, or I can rotate back and support my team. That was a well-played rotation there.
Something that we're noticing out of Montana is that they just haven't been able to break this defense. And granted, last round, and they've been on 2 save rounds, the last round and 2 rounds ago, but they still haven't been able to use a full buy effectively and been able to break apart the CSU
Alarm bot out.
team right now.
Yeah, their only round wins are going to be coming in the 3rd and 4th
Found
round
them.
here.
Oh my
Has
God.
a great blind coming in. I don't know if that
Turret
was...
destroyed.
Yeah, that must have been Beefy the boy. They're already on A. I wasn't ready for that one. I was watching how they were as the spike
Enemy
hit
tagged.
by that Sangin Man. Grant Ford Lee looking towards
Spike
the defensive
planted.
side. Gonna be, but DCMH takes him out. 1v3 situation. Bang. Watching Heaven like a hawk.
One enemy remaining.
Out. And to be a 1v3 all to that Sangin Man who gets taken out from from Dongle. I can't switch players fast enough.
It's fun to see those retakes where it's really a 5v5 retake, and as you see Omen TPing the hell at the start, Killjoy got the kill. Now, Omen wasn't really expecting Killjoy to sit in that corner because that is not normally a corner that Killjoy would be sitting in. But also, Omen normally doesn't TP into hell, they normally TP into heaven. So you saw 3 players go trying to commit to that heaven kill on where Omen normally would have TP'd to, but Beefy was just smarter. He just played that smarter. And unfortunately, they don't win the round, but he played that really smart for how that turned out. He just couldn't get that first kill to make sure that his team could get on his site, and that Killjoy couldn't do more damage on their Phoenix, which ended up being vital for his death as well.
The double flash comes in. Grant gets the better of Puma and the op. That Sangin Man's the one to pick it up here, so it's going to be an op. Plus 5 players going up against 4 players. Bag picking up Grant. And they're tied 4-4 and players here as that Sangin Man gets flashed and smoked. And
One
flashed
enemy
his
remaining.
lead as Chris FTW takes his site with Veg. And that's going to be a 1v3. Make that a 1v2. Chris picking up Scooby Dooby. And that, I mean, Scooby Dooby was the player that we were watching last week. Who we were just like, how are they coming up with these frags? And so far, very silent in this first game against CSUDH2.
And we're seeing As we're seeing from Montana, we're seeing a little bit more spread than we're seeing from CSUDH. We're seeing CSUDH actually use their entire team, as all four of their top frags being within 3 kills, whereas the same 4 top frags, or the same 4 fraggers from Montana are about 5 kills separated, just between 2 and 3.
Blinding!
Yeah, I mean, that's almost unexcusable. You see Jay with sitting at 1 and 9, Sangaman 4 and 9, Scooby Dooby picking up a kill, making it 5 and 9. Those need to be, you know, 6, 7, and 8 right there instead of 1, 4, and 5.
And that's the difference right now. It's not really always the top fraggers that make the difference in these games. Sometimes it is the bottom fraggers who need to step up and be able to help out their main team and help out make sure that their team is all in one unison.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, you are as strong as your weakest link here. And it's going to be a 4v4 as Montana still picking a site to go towards here.
As we see them leaning towards C now, as 2 are in garage, 2 are working their way up long. Breach is backing up. He knows that he should not be on site, but he's still going to try and take one of these. Oh, he's going to back up again. Got one in back.
Spike planted.
Jay with a great little double kill, pushing this round way in the favor of Montana as a 4v2 comes out when they still don't have
variable removed.
Tries that again. It doesn't work out. Killjoy working her way into garage as Jess got the op and C link right now.
Initiated.
Another ultimate coming out from Killjoy. And that swarm grenade so useful for anyone. That Sangan man picking up the kill, but Chris trades, and he knows everybody is off site here. Doesn't check garage, will now, but has to find a way to defuse this fight. Not gonna have any time, and he's gonna go down. Not gonna go down. He does have 7,300 with the less money. He will
last round in the half.
9 grand.
And that's a good little kill there coming out from Beefy the Boy. Granted, it doesn't really mean much, but it's kind of just a motivation booster going into the second half. And you're already down by 5. So, going into this last round, both teams have guns. This round means a lot more for Montana than it does for CSUDH. He's just going to show momentum and allow them to take their first or the second double round in a row, and hopefully allow them to be able to have a good, really strong defense coming in here. Everyone's lining up against this Killjoy going into A.
It is looking like an A take as we have that Sangan man working together with Ford, or Grant Lee Ford, excuse me. Grant Ford Lee, I can't talk. Words are difficult. But everybody over on CSUDH is backing off of A.
It looks like more of a default now as we see one go down long from DCMH. And
come on, let's go!
Scooby Dooby, because your full information allowing you to understand where people are. Phoenix is halting into A site right now with Jet close behind him. Phoenix going into K-Link there. And we've got already a full rotate coming out with Breach looking like he might want to go behind here and see if he can grab a kill as well.
Jay with the spike is going to be initiating.
Spike planted.
Here it is. Last round of the 4v3 retake. BP takes out Chris.
Last player remaining.
Going on site with Jungle. And they're going to be able to pick up the kill on that Sangan man, making it 9-3. As an attacker, you're not looking to go 12-0. You're not expecting to. It's going to be a close match. What would be
switching sides?
What would be a good score line in your mind to be going on to the defending this second half?
I mean, both teams on this map, it should be a fairly even map for the most part, but you really saw there the defending team absolutely taking the crown with what they were doing. But the main point of contention right now is Montana is not getting kills as entry frags. They're getting kills or as kind of one-off for the most part, or slightly around the map. Montana's not getting a kill onto A site, so to say, and then taking A site. They're kind of just getting traded once they have site. Like, once bombs planted, Montana's just getting traded out, and you saw that there. Fang gets this shock arrow lineup and takes out one. And then it's trade going on site, but neither player goes down, they just really, really low.
CSUDH now on the offensive here, looking to go see. We've got 2 players already in garage moving up and 3 moving up a long. 5v4 as that second man has already gone down in the round. Dongle battling with Jay in garage, not able to pick him up. Jay gets the kill. Chris trades him out here. He does peek the defender's side entrance to see. It's going to be a 3v4. I just said that. Excuse me. We're on to the first round of this half, and it's
one enemy remaining.
As big kills coming out from Montana, and it's going to be a 3v1. Not enough. CSUDH picks up the round.
And as the teams switch sides, now the new Valorant overlay again, teams switch sides on top, so just want to let you know that CSUDH is now on the right side, with Montana being on the left. There's a bunch of new updates coming with the Spectre client that I did not expect today, but very, 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 very clean. Something that we should notice there is CSUDH, an unspoken hero right now is their Sova Feg, who gets not only 1 pick, but he also highlights both players in CC and gets a few assists. Very, very strong player there, and entering the site. Just very, very, very clean. There's nothing else you can say about that. He entered the site exactly the way he needed to, and he's got a lineup. Now you know what? Now you know Breach is on B, because Sova's lineup was perfect there.
Yeah, I'm watching Feg right now. He is coming back a little bit as the rest of the team is entering through garage. He's supporting Chris FTW, who is one of their main slayers from what I remember a few weeks back. Oh, great headshot, not able to pick it up. DCMH cleans up too. Kuma following up with a 3rd kill of the round for CSUDH. It's going to be a 2v4 as the only person down on their team is going to be Dongle the Breach. Feg with another recon bolt. Supporting
one enemy remaining
on site by taking out the other recon bolt. Kuma picking up the last 2, making it the 3rd kill of the round for Kuma, who's currently their bottom fragger, but we're saying their name a lot. So honestly, this CSUDH team is a solid team. They're currently sitting in 5th place, 2 places above this Montana team.
And something that we'll notice and we'll continue to notice is as we go into playoffs, this match means a lot more for Montana than it does for CSUDH, but CSUDH doesn't want to give it up because Montana needs this to get into playoffs. For CSUDH, this just means better placement against other teams during playoffs as they're trying to get from 5th to 4th, hoping that Becker doesn't win.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's if Montana wins this, both teams will be tied with a record of 3 and 4. If CSUDH wins this, they go to 4 and 3. And if Montana will go to a 2 and 5. So a big difference from going tied to being 2 games away from each other.
It's a very complicated game.
Out.
As we've seen all season, Valorant's just been really, really challenging for some of these teams. And as we're seeing, like I said, CSUDH is getting entry frags, and they're controlling the site after the entry frags. Whereas Montana didn't get those entry frags and just were traded off on retake.
Match point.
Here we go into what's looking like the final round. Unless Montana strings a few rounds together, they are 9 rounds behind. They would have to win 9 in a row at this point when they've only been able to get 3 total. Looking for the first win on the defender side of things. Right now, CSUDH is just going to be a strong team, and they're looking to make a statement as we head into playoffs next week. They are not a team to be messed with here.
Stealing sight.
Lots of different things happening, but as you know, Montana's not on a great buy right now. They're kind of on a jagged buy, but Grant picks up a great first kill, making sure that they can control this round and giving Montana the chance to start this comeback.
You should run.
Yeah, Chris putting down the ultimate, but it looks like Scooby Dooby is going to be able to break that if they push it. Yes, there it is. We see DCMH and Breach looking to go garage. Great flash from the Breach there, looking at Beefy the Boy through the wall. something that we can see, but they can't as they peek around the corner. And oh, what a clean kill from DCMH onto that
Spike
the
planted.
boy. And it's all up.
One player remaining.
Last one alive here. Dongle moving through garage. No more flashes. Has to use the fault line. Gets flash, hides behind the wall. Almost perfect.
One player remaining.
The defusal is too quick.
That's a great round win. That's a great round win. A nice 4K there coming out at the end. Montana giving some life into this, trying to come back and making sure that we win this comeback. But Dongle getting a great little 4K there and taking that top frag spot and making sure not only that they win that round, but also they have a great buy now. They have a great buy now. And CSCD doesn't.
Outside of DCMH and Kuma, they've got money to buy for next round and probably buy their other teammates if they all die here again. I mean, it's going to be a hard-fought battle, but Bulldogs, Ares, and Guardians coming out on the side of Montana. And you know what? We talked about it last week. They pulled a few of these weird buys out. I think most of the time we mentioned them, which wasn't every time they had them. It was, oh, another weird buy coming out. Oh, they won the round with the weird buy. So they have the ability to do that. Chris FGW along with Dongle on the side of CSUDH taking site and planting the spike.
Planted.
And it's going to be a 3v5 site retake here. Jay is far away from the site here, following up that Sangin man through long, sees him go down at the hands of Dongle, and it's going to be a 2v5.
Flash out
To move
One player remaining.
Great flash, but not enough, and it's all up to Beefy the boy. And a 1v5 to stay alive. Map picks up one, but the spike is taking away. He's got to string something together, something amazing here. Not enough. Shark
Attackers win.
Shock Dart takes him out. It's going to be 13-4 in favor of CSUDH, taking game number 1 on Haven.
Very, very, very fast match and well played by CSUDH, showing that they control this series so far and making sure that everyone knows what's going on. We're going to be taking a short break here, but when we come back, we will be on the next map and making sure that we continue to stream this amazing match between CSUDH and University of Montana. We'll see you in a second. Hello and welcome back to the NECC as we get ready for second map here, Split. Both University of Montana and CSUDH are ready to go, and we'll be jumping in here very shortly. Thank you guys all for sticking around and having a good time with us tonight. I would love to see who is from what channel if you want. Add us to Twitter. Say where you watching. You watching on ESTV or you watching on Twitch? You watching on YouTube? You watching on Facebook Gaming? Let us know.
Yeah, Glove is a very analytical person. He wants to know these weird things. So go ahead, just tweet him. Just make him happy.
100%. As we get in, we're seeing pretty quick picks coming out from the side of University of Montana. They've already pretty much locked in for Sage on Scooby Dooby, Viper on Beefy the Boy. That Sangin Man is taking Rays. Omen on Jay. And Grant hasn't picked yet, but we're seeing some locks come in from CSUDH right now with Dongle going back on Breach. Feg switching off Sova and going to Reyna. And Chris on Cypher. So we're going to see the same type of Sentinel play, but a different character coming out from Chris.
Yeah, it's very interesting how much Montana has changed from one map to the other. Still attacking side start. Just interesting to me.
Oh, 100%. As we're seeing the last couple lock-ins come here, Grant's going to be going on Phoenix. Sorry, my things just switched for me. We're also going to see the same kind of comp come out from DCMH on Omen, and Kuma back on a very quick, fast DPS character with Raze.
Yeah, I guess on both sides it's changed quite a bit, which is not something that we've seen a whole lot so far in our streamed games. Maybe one or two players have switched per team, but like the majority of that team has stayed the same. So very, very different. So we're looking to split, and as a lower ranked player, my thing to watch when I've been casting with Jaron is to control the mid, control the rotates. Anything to add on top of that you're looking for split as an overall keys for success?
This has to be the most teamwork required map in the entire game other than Icebox right now, just due to the fact of where players have to move and how they have to move. It's such a split off map, hence the name Split, because of the way that it's set up. So as we see right now, we've got a full team going into A main with pretty quick damage coming out on that Omen in Heaven. As we're pushing in, Phoenix is going Heaven. We've got Viper starting to lean into sight. Phoenix and Omen going Heaven. Viper stepping out of sight. She's looking for that breach and elbow and Reyna and CT as Cypher takes that spot. And 2 days come out from Kuma. Kuma with the massive double kill. Oh my god. What a play from Kuma. What a play from Kuma coming from the vents nade. Wow. Both of me and Voltus have our hands on our heads right now. That is an unreal little play right there. Making sure that is happening. What a play.
Oh, only Reyna and Breach on the side of CSUDH took any damage at all, and maybe a total of 35 to 40 damage total, which is insane. After having such a close battle here. Oh, I remember seeing Chris FTW play Cypher on this map. He sets up these one-way smokes that are incredible, as it's looking more of a mid play here on this side of Montana, but Grant and Jay are in the garage entrance over towards B. Towards B, as Chris FTW with a one-way picking up 2 kills of his own. Kuma getting a kill, and it's all up to Scooby Dooby and the Beefy the Boy. I can't even get the full sentence out before Scooby Dooby goes down. And once again, Beefy goes down quickly in a second flawless round in a row for CSUDH.
Quick B split coming out there, and Cypher just controlling B. You know how much Sentinels control B, and as we see from Chris, he just knows the B site. He knows how to play it. He knows how to manage it. He knows how to use his smokes, and because of that, he's able to control B on his own and make sure that mid is controlled by our guys in Heaven, which right now is Raze and Reyna.
As we see Sangin Man and the 2 other players from Montana are looking over towards the A site, but they do get hit with the fault line from Dongle, who's watching A as well. Dongle and DCMH are going to be the ones watching A. Close angle in Heaven here, or not really heaven, but close angle on the ramps for DCMH, who takes his shotgun to the back of Grant's head and then turns and gets Sangin Man. Jay finally picking him up, but that brings it to a 3v4 in favor of CSUDH. Feg is helping watch Heaven ramps area as a rotate is coming in. Jay is going to be taking the spike all the way around over towards B, but Cypher Chris is going to be able to get information, and he puts both of those smokes up. Tags, who is that now? When they change, I have no idea. Beefy, information that they are going to be in 35 seconds. They have time for another rotate, but it's going to be risky as they look to go over into the mid area. Smoke going into the ramps room, top of mid. Rotating up to heaven, and it's going to be Beefy the boy picking up Chris. The information is there. They know, but not quick enough. It's going to be all up to Jay. Knows one is there. Feg is just too quick getting the 3K. What a play.
The first 3 deaths coming out from CSUDH were slight mistakes, actually. The most of which being in heaven. There was 2 1v1 situations presented to none other than Beefy the boy. Because Beefy the boy was able to push into heaven, he took 2 1v1s. He took the 1v1 with Cypher, and he took the 1v1 with Raze, and he had a third 1v1 with Reyna that Reyna won. Now, he also gave DCMH another little play there as well. Sorry, JX15A, another 1v1 play there as well to grab a free kill. DCMH's kill was a different kill, actually. It was he pushed a little too fast, a little too quickly to get that second frag on Raze, which ended up being the end of his life as well.
Yeah, big plays coming out from both teams here in mid as, Feg almost picking up a second one after taking out Scooby Dooby. And it's going to be a 3v4 here in favor of CSUDH. Once again, 1 minute, 6 seconds on the clock as it's down to bare bones right now. Yeah, earlier we saw everybody in mid, but now it's just Beefy and who's playing Raze now? I can't pay attention. Beefy and Sangin. They're looking to take heaven, and that shot's going to give information. Oh, and what a flash. Dongle with a perfect flash on Beefy. That Sangin man trades him out, and it's a 1v2. And Chris is looking up heaven. That Sangin man has 10 HP. 13 make that, as he's going to be rotating out, but the information is there.
This could be an amazing play. If he decides to go A here, he's got the entire site, and Omen would be none the wiser. That's just amazing.
As long as he walks, if he gets into the heaven area. Oh, but DCMH just almost goes back up the ramps, and it looks like nope, doesn't go back up. I'm watching the mini map as I'm on with Sangin. The footsteps are out, but he's too far away to be heard. Spike is being planted. Is it enough time? Yes, it is. And it's going to be a 1v2 retake, but that Sangin man is so weak. He's got to make something happen with DCMH. DCMH. I was right the first time. Not much is happening here. The info is he's on site, but DCMH just too quick with 13 HP. Sangin man does go down.
You had to root for Sangin man there. The 14 HP clutch, the one-shot clutch. But he just doesn't get enough on DCMH, who sees him by shoulder peeking and making sure that he just re-peeks that elbow perfectly and gets that headshot pretty quickly onto that Sangin man. Slight mistake from DCMH, as he would have, if he just played heaven, he would have not only been able to tell his Cypher a little bit quicker that he was on a site, but he probably would have gotten him CT as well. But good play all around coming from CSUDH, making sure that they were able to win that round. And Sangin man, well done getting to that A site undetected.
Interesting play here developing from Montana before the walls drop. They were all looking to go over towards B, but something deterred them from that as they're taking a mid/A split. Only 2 players, Grant and Sangin, are peeking anywhere, and the rest of the team is slowly walking towards A. No damage done on either side. Sangin and Kuma are looking to tag each other here. Kuma with a satchel not doing any damage, but Feg finally picking up a kill. Oh, and Sangan with a great trade there. Did not have the advantage in that fight, but definitely worked out for him. And it's going to be all up to Dongle versus 3 here on the A site. That Sangan man's keeping 2 of them honest over here in B Heaven, and he's now rotating over. Dongle going down after picking up J, and it's going to be a 3v2 retake. And this is the first chance Montana has, the first good chance Montana has in this map to get a round win.
Viper coming out with 2 great picks on A site, one onto the Omen and Heaven and one onto the Phoenix back site, or sorry, Breach back site, making sure that they control that site. And we see Raze in CT. Oh, this is great. This is a great play. Great, 1 pick, and Cypher's still in Heaven. Raze has an H, just throwing it out on Cypher. Cypher's not going to be hit by that. Making sure that Cypher pushes out on site quickly. He's on site right now, just spraying into the Viper ult. Raze in Heaven behind him. Cypher's going to have to back up here. You can't get bomb in time. And Cypher ends up losing his life because he jumped onto site.
Yeah, it was a face this Raze who just took out my teammate effortlessly, or go see who else is playing bad right now. And he took another decision. It was a lose-lose situation there for Chris FTW, but in the end, it is going to be the first round win going in favor of Montana. We're heading into the 6th round. Let's see if they can keep this momentum up as another full buy comes out for CSUDH. If they're able to win this round, if Montana is able to win this round, then CSUDH is going to have to force buy or save. And that's going to be the first time outside of the first 2 rounds that we would see them have to save. So the first time that we would have a full buy Montana team going up against a half buy CSUDH team, it would be very interesting. So right now, I am kind of favoring Montana just for the let's see how this different scenario plays out. Grant almost picking up that Sangan man, or sorry, not that Sangan man. Feg in Heaven, but Feg picking up a kill on Scooby-Doo, and we'll be able to heal from that. Chris is rotating. Kuma's rotating to meet over here, and it's just up to 2 players, Jay and Grant, on the side of CSUDH. Jay takes up Dongle, but Grant does go down to the hands of Kuma. Nade right behind him. Doesn't phase him whatsoever. Almost gets Feg, not able to do so. And once again, they're going to have a save buy going up against a full buy in favor of CSUDH.
Slightly awkward round coming out from Montana as they get the first pick, but they just couldn't get on the site. Actually, no, they didn't get the first pick. Sorry. DCMH was sitting on rafters, and he got raised in hell because she didn't check the rafters. The quick shoulder check was only to hell. She didn't check up, and she ends up losing her life to that. But lots of different things coming out that round as we saw a couple good trades, and then all of a sudden, Montana fell apart in A main because they never pushed into the site. There was 4 guys there waiting for them.
Yeah, and they're finally now trying to get a different look on it as everybody but Beefy the Boy looking to take B through the smoke that Chris has set up. Chris gets bum rushed by that Sangan man, and great movement from the Rays. Really just
Omen TP coming from behind, but Viper's still lurking back there. She makes sure that he can't do that. And now we've got a 5-man v4, 3-man, and a good play by Montana.
Yeah, Montana looking to take a second round. Really just, they were able to full buy, so I lied about the awkward half buy. That Sangan man gets information and almost a kill with the ultimate, not able to do so. DCMH picks him up, and it's going to be a 2v2 situation. Oh, and Dongle, just flashes at the wrong time, and it's going to be DCMH against Jay, who had to reload, and DCMH gets the better of him with the classic out.
And that's just an unfortunate round for Montana there because they actually were up 4-2, and those 2 players, both Breach and Omen, just went pick for pick with Montana, and they just took them all back. They just grabbed one, and then grabbed another, and continued isolating 1v1s, and flashed Sage, and Sage couldn't kill Breach. And then Omen kills Breach sitting on bomb, but doesn't have any bullets left to kill DCMH.
Yeah, I mean, if anything right now, I think Montana could take away from this and work on, if they do make it into the playoffs, is don't put yourself in a 1v1 situation. Have teammates that are there to trade with you. don't line up and get ready for a double headshot is not what I'm saying, but like be ready to trade.
100%, and that's something that we saw from Montana last time. Is we saw a lot of solo pays and a lot of weird buy wins because that's how they play. That's what they make effective, and sometimes it just doesn't work against these higher tier teams who know how to counteract that and who know how to play just a lot slower than you guys do.
Right. As we see the first kill going on to Kuma, and I believe that was Grant, but Feg with the op right before the fault line was able to hit him. Sorry, not the fault line, the ultimate coming out from Breach. Feg is in heaven. Beefy has to go to bomb. I mean, that's the only option. He's all the way on the defender side here, waiting for somebody to try to rotate out. He hears the footsteps heaven. He hears the footsteps mid. Maybe not mid. They're pretty far away. I lied. But he knows that they're there. He just has to make a plan and go for it. The op
30
is in
seconds
heaven.
left.
I would rather him go up the stairs and try to take a close battle with the op than try to get this long distance battle. DCMH is down from Beefy, but the operator in the hands of Feg is still in heaven, and it's just going to play, and he doesn't even check all the way.
Hard to do there, but a good little rotate play as we're starting to see some faults come out from CSUDH.
Yeah,
Beefy
I
the
mean,
boy.
I'll take over while he slowly dies. Anyways, here we are, and like at that point, you've got to know your teammates have to be telling you the op is in heaven, and
This goes here.
either
This is the
avoid
right spot.
heaven or you need to go take it closely. Is what I was saying. He was also saying that CSUDH is showing signs of weakness. They're getting kills when they shouldn't be. They're a little bit over-aggressive for the defensive side at the beginning of the round, and that's how they're getting taken out so early. Chris does get some information, decides not to push up. And Caleb, are you alive?
I'm doing better now. Sorry, I just choked on something. I don't even know what I choked on. Probably a little bit of
The Canadian is coming out.
Trading pick for pick there. Kuma getting one and Grant for Lee taking back Kuma on that kill. We've got a really quick, same plays last time. Montana's able to get into their spawn and just control it.
You will not kill my allies.
Yeah,
As
but
Phoenix goes behind on Omen here. Omen, he doesn't check it. He doesn't check it again. This is Montana's greatest problem. He's not checking all of his corners, and now he sees him. He's all the way backside. It's a long trade. Nice, good shot from Omen there, but he basically gave Beefy the boy over to CMH because he never checked the corner.
Feg is picking up kills one after another here. I believe that's his second with the operator. Phoenix is watching the entrance
30
from
seconds
defensive
left.
side. Feg decides
Spike
to go
planted.
heaven, have that longer angle. Take the advantage where you can get it. Good flash out from Dongle. Oh, missed shot there from Feg. And it's going to be a 3v2 bomb retake. And the rotation. Oh, I thought there was going to be a rotation behind him. Dongle picks up Grant, who I was expecting to go
One
up the
player
stairs
remaining.
after he heard people in heaven. And it's all up to Jay and...
One player remaining.
Yeah, now it's all up to Scooby Dooby going up against Feg. And Scooby Dooby gets the best of him with a shot from the Vandal.
Another round from Montana where you're putting yourselves in 1v1 aim battles, and CSUDH was at a fault for this too, but there was just a couple aim battles in where you shouldn't have been taking them solo. There should have been a dual peak, or there should have been something that was allowing your team to guarantee that win without a death. And Breach was able to get two picks, or one pick, get on site, make sure it was a 2v2, Omen goes down to Reyna, and then you have Sage having to win the round right at the end there.
All right, so on that side of things, yes, the SUDH is putting themselves in 1v1 situations, but time after time, they are proving themselves to be the better, accurate
Joke's
team
over! You're
in
dead!
the gunplay.
Going
It's
out.
going to look like another B play here, as Phoenix, that second man, and Scooby Dooby are going to be taking heaven, while the rest of the team looking garage area. Rotates coming in from CSUDH over towards the
Careful
A
now.
site, and they're looking to take stairs. Grant is watching, but not enough.
I think that we're noticing from the trade for trade. Man, Beefy Boy takes their DC mates and Fag gets Beefy Boy. A little trade for trade battle there. But something that we're noticing from CSUDH now is they're rotating so quickly. They are kind of making a mistake in rotating this quickly, but it works out because Montana hasn't rotated back to their site yet. But they have left some limits. CSUDH can do this properly. Y'all gets through smoke there. Jay grabs a 1 and Evan. As CSUDH can do this properly,
30 seconds left.
Continue to do this with the rotation. Doggo making sure that Rain doesn't go down there by peeking out Heaven after he hears the shots come out from Omen. But yes, 100%. CSUDH just rotating just a little quickly on the defensive side. But Montana's not capitalizing on that, not rotating off and taking the A site, which is left wide open by CSUDH.
Yeah, this time Chris put his camera in garage and got a lot of info, and I think that's what came from the rotate. I could be wrong. I could be mixing rounds together, but I believe that's what happened here.
Making sure that they have information is something that's been so vital for CSUDH, and making sure they also understand their opponents because they haven't rotated back to another site unless they guarantee a loss on that main site. But once bomb went down in hell, that's
Pathetic.
Feg with a nice boom kill in A main.
And I'm surprised that Feg wasn't using the operator in the first game, in the first map.
It's a little hard to do that on Sova. It's a little hard to do that on Sova. You're 100% right. He's absolutely controlling the operator right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the angle right here. If they try to cross, and there it is. Scooby-Doo tried to cross and just wasn't able to do it. Now it's all up to Beefy the Boy and that Sangan man. And it 2v4. And I don't know what I could do in this, you know, what you, in my opinion, I would do other than drag out. So
at this point in the round, they're right.
And
All
our
I have
job
to do
gets
is
a
try and
whole
grab a
lot
couple kills
easier.
and see how much they can screw up the economy for CSUDH as they have been doing the last few rounds.
Last round before the hash.
Able to grab pick. They weren't able to do everything past that fact. So that 1 kill going out on Jay was great, and it screws. Or sorry, 1 kill going out on Akuma was great, except it screws up the CSUDH economy a little bit, but it doesn't do enough that in which the last round, which you are full buying, is going to make a difference.
Right. I mean, you need to be able to get picks as a team. Go into site decisively when you do decide to go into site. I feel like once they decide it, they are so hesitant. Scooby-Dooby is going to be meeting Chris around this corner, and Chris is just going to have that close angle. Almost surprising Scooby-Dooby. Not enough, though, as the heal is coming out. Sorry, did Grant heal himself? Or, you know, yeah, he must have, because he wasn't anywhere close to Scooby-Dooby.
You're nothing.
Oh, Dongle picking up the 2 people that just healed themselves, and it's once again all up to that not that Sangan man, sorry, Beefy the Boy. And this time he's playing along with Jay.
Player remaining.
The spike down. Not able to do it, and last round of the half is up to the last player of Montana to try to find the 3rd round win. He's going to be meeting Dongle, and Dongle is too quick with the trigger. Not enough there, as it's going to be 10-2 going into
And Dongle
switching sides.
So here's something that's communication faults on Montana's side. Basically, Dongle is in water. He kills 2 of your guys in mid. He doesn't leave water, and you know that. But Beefy the Boy runs all the way through T, and now Dongle knows exactly where he is. He knows exactly what the rotate is. And as soon as Reyna gets that kill on Omen planting on A site, Dongle's just like, alright, I got him. Don't worry about it, because if you do worry about it, he's coming from A main. I've heard him stomp around in spots for the last 2 minutes.
All right, now we get to see CSUDH on the offensive side of Split.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
Bind decisively on the offensive side. I don't think they lost any except when they were up 12-3. That's the first round that they lost. Feg early onto ramps, has his gun trained there. The wall from Viper almost is a benefit to them to be able to cross to Heaven. It's most people want to go Heaven, clear Heaven, and then go to site. So it's almost beneficial to them. Great nades coming out from both races here. As Feg continues to push. Oh, and gets taken out from that second man on the side there. Almost does pick up Scooby-Doo. Did not realize that Scooby-Doo went down and that whole mess there.
Spike
That
planted.
second man with 20 HP, the last one watching Heaven. Tries to pick up Chris, not able to do so, and it's up to the final two players, which are going to be Beefy the Boy and Jay. Jay behind on the defender's side. He's going to use his teleport
One
to
player
get a
remaining.
better position, but Dongle's going to be watching, and it's all up to Beefy. In a 1v3 situation, they know where he is. He's fault line, picks up one, sees ahead of another, just a tap on the head gets him. Kuma's watching from a different angle, and what a nade coming out, making him, oh sorry, poison orb, making a move, trying to check all corners. Oh, and DCMH is there, just waiting for the kill, and he does pick it up.
One enemy remaining.
But both players do go down, not a huge issue on their side of things. They only had ghosts, maybe some armor, but the utility does travel with them after death.
Jay made a massive mistake there as Beefy the Boy takes out Cypher, and Jay still TPs after Tripwire goes down, and that gives away his position to Breach immediately, allowing Breach to turn around and make sure that he guarantees the kill on Jay, who just TP'd right next to him. Just a slight mistake. These things have been happening, and they're stacking up for Montana at this point. As these slight mistakes come out, because no one sorted on their sites, and now people are rotating before the round started, and TSUD is going to have an open site.
I mean, at the same time, it's going to be a 5v4 on this site, as the only player rotating is going to be Grant.
Awkward rotate at the start of the round there, but CSUDH realizing what's going on so fast and already starting to rotate into mid, and now Montana is having this weird fractured rotate. Two people are thinking about rotating, two people aren't, and we've got three guys on site, still on site, when CSUDH is walking onto A now.
Yeah, it's going to be Grant Ford Lee meeting in the Heaven area, but Spike is down. Three players are on site. Only player not over here is going to be Feg. He's watching the mid rotate. It's going to be a 4v5 for the moment while he does go through ropes. Grant picking up Dongle there. Jay also watching ropes from Heaven.
One player remaining.
Make that three of them, and he has a chance at a 4K here as Jay, last player alive. Chris gets picked up quickly. Had low HP, and it's now 1v3. Let's see if he can clutch this up. Almost gets the headshot on Kuma, not able to do so, making it 12-2, and it's almost, I mean, the fat lady
match point.
And something that we start seeing again and again from Chris is he isolates 1v1s, allowing his superior aim and situation to just take the win. And that round was pretty much a even round up until that point. Granted, there was a slight movement situation on the side of Montana, but Chris just taking the 1v1, making sure he can win those aim battles, and then continuing on to the next.
Yeah, definitely. Like, Chris was the outstanding player of that round, but he is generally just sitting over here on this B site, waiting for a push, using his camera, hiding behind HUD. This time he's got the Ares out. Make that the Odin. I'm a liar. Sorry, that was Jay. I'm switched around the second half of the game. Come on in.
DCMH making sure he grabs the two entry frags there and doing very good.
I know exactly
after
where
the two
you are.
great picks from Jay there at the start of that round. Grant and Beefy both seen with that Cypher ultimate, and now is preparing.
One player remaining.
And that'll be it.
Attackers win.
Grabs the pick on Phoenix as soon as he pulls out the flash. Phoenix not ready to check that corner, and that is the end of this match between CSUDH and Montana.
Yes, that brings Montana to a 2-4, I believe. Let me double check that over here. Montana, they're going to be 2-5. Excuse me. CSUDH2 is going to be 4-3, putting them above Becker if Becker loses. Sorry, putting them tied with Becker if Becker loses today. But it's definitely it got close at times. It was definitely not just a one-sided as much as the scoreline says. Well played to both teams.
I keep saying this over and over again. Montana is able to compete with these teams, and it showed in the rounds they won. It's just they need to fix the little things. The little things stacked up incredibly during that game, and you saw that through and through as we got further and further into the round there, and the match, so to say, on Haven. The little things, 3-4 times. Montana was just making a small mistake, whether it was rotations or whether it was pushing in too quickly. And back onto Split, you saw a lot of quarter checks just go the wrong way. Missed mistakes. These little things stacked up for Montana, and for that reason, they missed playoffs. That is how simple it is. They missed playoffs for the simple reason of little mistakes. And that is going to piss off some guys on that team, and they're going to come back with a fury next semester, making sure they don't do that again.
Right, they are a team, and once they clean up, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with here.
100%. As we finish off today, we'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you're watching on the channel and you want to share that channel with anyone, let us know. What channel are you watching on today? Where are you watching at? As well as thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to ESTV, our linear TV platform, who is streaming all of our playoff matches live. As well as thank you to HyperX, the championship sponsor for our players and our community, with this season coming to a close here as we finish off today. We also thank MetaPro Gaming for being a part of this and making sure that we had a clean website to be able to develop throughout this semester, as well as Helix Esports being a massive contributor behind the scenes. And heads up for a combine in January. We're going to be casting a bunch of those matches here on the NECC channels. With a final note, thank you to the NFL Alumni Association for being associated with us and bringing professional football players to the NECC Championship Madden event.
Yeah, that's something that you are not going to wish. The finals will be casted by former NFL pros. And last of all, thank you guys for watching. We really do appreciate it. My name is Voltage. That has been Caleb. We will see you guys next time.